We're getting there. Hey, everybody. My name is Bobby Smith. I am a field president with Powur, the fastest growing solar company in the United States of America. We are very happy to have you here. We just reached our number. Thank you. And we're very excited for all of you to be here tonight. We're really appealing to three audiences here tonight. So this presentation tonight, the next hour we're going to be with you, is really 100% for our guests. And there's really three types of people looking at us tonight. There are people, and COVID has put an exclamation point on this, that are looking for a new career. They want something more inspired. They want to be around their children. They don't want to fight traffic. They don't want to wear uncomfortable clothes and deal with bosses they can't stand, and then coworkers they don't want to be around, in an uninspiring career. So we're going to speak to you tonight with an extraordinarily inspiring and lucrative career. Then we've got the folks on here tonight that are already calling on homeowners. They might be in the mortgage business, or their home security, or HVAC, or roofing. And we're going to talk to you about why you should be thinking about adding solar to your portfolio. And lastly, we're going to be talking to solar pros, and we're going to show you exactly why you're in an outdated and flawed model that has never worked at scale, in a deceptive and, again, flawed red line model. And we're going to show you the future of solar. And Charles, if we want to flip to that first screen. So what we want to talk to you about, this is also an extraordinary time to be in solar. So there is a bill that it's working its way to signature by the President of the United States that really, if we wrote this bill, we couldn't have written it any better. This bill speaks to the extension of federal tax credits for solar for the next decade. And it also speaks to energy credits on all the products that we'll be marketing. We're not a solar company, we're a platform. And we're in batteries, and we're in charging stations, and we'll be in HVAC, and we'll be in, hopefully, the electric car business and whatever comes next. So this is an extraordinary time, folks. If you marry what we're going to talk to you about tonight, the explosion of renewable energy and the explosion of platform economies, we are driving that train right down the middle lane there, and there's no one else in our lane, and we couldn't be any more excited to bring this presentation to you that we record at all times. So again, we'd like you to listen in, hold your questions to the end, jot them down, and we're going to interview a couple people when we're done, and then we will try and answer some questions in the chat bar for our guests only. Our first speaker tonight, Charles Thompson, is a gentleman who I met at the beach almost 8 years ago. I come from medical education. Charles comes from the energy industry. He ran, owned, and built some of the largest energy companies in the United States. You could not find a more rock-solid, educated professional in the solar and energy industry. Charles helped pioneer this company with us. We used to shop together at the dollar store. Our office was a creaky old office above a dilapidated building on the beach when there were a handful of us. And today, again, we're the fastest growing solar company in the United States. We've hired hundreds of employees, dozens of new executives to handle our growth. So most of the people on this presentation tonight knows Charles Thompson. I'm 100% corporate. Charles is 100% a commissionable seller on our platform and leader on our platform. But he is a liaison to the corporate team so that we always know how the field is feeling and how we should move forward. I know him also as a dear friend, best friend, and I know him as a dad, and I know him as ex-military and his service for our country. So, you know, I would listen carefully, because Charles Thompson is going to walk you elegantly. And it's not easy, because this presentation is brand new and it keeps evolving, because we keep making, again, major announcements. So with that, I'll give you our field leader and my dear friend, Mr. Charles Thompson. Charles.
Thank you, Bobby. Humbled by your kind words. Love your energy. How you started this out was absolutely spot on. And folks, Bobby doesn't really show all of us on these Zooms what he does fully. He's got a full-time job as the field president, but he also is the top company team builder and isn't allowed to build a team. So he works with all the leaders. As you start to rise through the ranks and start to build a team, Bobby's there to support you and anybody that comes into the platform. And it's just a wonderful way that Bobby's just got skills unlike anybody I've ever met. And he's helped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sellers in the Powur platform. I'm honored to call you my friend as well, Bobby, and my mentor over the last, coming up on 8 years, how crazy it is. So my story, it's been quite a ride. This has been a journey from now 8 years that I can't tell you. Bobby said we shopped at the dollar store because that's all we could afford at certain times in our lives. And now, because of what we've done, and when you hear things about money tonight, I want you to relate that to the impact that we're having on the world, the impact that we're having on other people's lives by saving them money. That's how we make money, is by helping others. And what it's done for me is it's given me a life of freedom. You hear us playing the freedom songs when we come into these Zooms often, in so much that I live half of my time in a beautiful beach home in San Diego, California, and another half of my time on a beautiful beach home in Rosarito, Mexico. So I've got the location freedom, the time freedom, the financial freedom that I never thought that I could have in any company. And I ran large companies, a $17 billion company, a $14 billion company, and never had the kind of freedom that I've been able to achieve with Powur: financial, personal, time, location, and inner freedom that's a result of that. So when you hear us say that we are a platform, what does that mean? We install a lot of solar. We do. Flat out, we do a lot of solar, but in brief, we are a platform. So from this point forward, I'm going to go ahead and shut my camera off because I want you to be able to hear and look at the slides, and then I'll periodically pop back in. So I'm going to turn my camera off. All right, so platform. It's the case we're going to make tonight really for why we are in the right industry and why Powur is the right company and platform to help you build truly a thriving business. And the great part of this industry is that people are flocking to this industry. And it's amazing that if I look at cost of energy here in San Diego, when I first moved out here, it was about 18 to 24 cents a kilowatt hour. And if you don't know what that is, that's just a measurement that they use for charging for energy. Now, during the peak time of day, it's 55 cents to 58 cents a kilowatt hour. I just came back from Texas, where energy costs have risen 70% just in the past year. So you're seeing that to become very consistent, where the cost of energy continues to increase. So why do we say that? Well, let's take a look at solar. Here are the value props for solar. Homeowner can save up to half on their energy costs day one, with options to have nothing out of pocket whatsoever, so zero down. And currently they're scheduled to receive a 26% tax credit. But if the bill passes, which we fully intend that it's going to, it looks clear that it will, 30% federal income tax credit on the cost of the system. And it increases the value of the home. And now the home is producing clean, renewable energy. That's a heck of a value proposition versus the constantly rising rates that we've all experienced over the decades. No ownership benefits, you're constantly renting, you'll always be paying for energy. Whereas with solar, once you own it, all that power you produce is yours for free. So that said, how big is the opportunity? Let's talk about that. The business of solar is really big. With a couple of graphics here. There's 130 million homes, single family residences in the United States of America. Of those, 90 million are eligible for solar. That's a lot of people. But here's the thing, it's 65 years in, 65 years, 15 plus years really focused on residential. And here's the market penetration, 3.5 million or so. That's less than 4% of the market share. So if solar is a no-brainer, why is there still 87 million eligible homes where now you see in 2021, someone went solar every single minute, and that trend is just continuing? Then why don't we have 100% adoption with such great value proposition? Well, we believe it's the model. Solar is largely the same for many years, and there's been a lot of innovations in the technology side, but there's been very little innovation on the model to help bring this to the customers, to educate the customers. And Buckminster Fuller, really we believe the early innovator for renewable energy, particularly solar technologies, made this very powerful statement: to change things, don't try to fight the existing reality, build a new model that makes the old model obsolete. And it's true. You cannot affect change by fighting the existing reality. You have to build a new model. Well, let's take a look at what's happened, what's gone on around the world with platform type economies. If you look at the old way of doing business versus the new platform economy, Look at what happened to Kmart. You hear that name anymore? Well, what's interesting is you think about the way businesses are doing business, where traditional way of selling things has just completely changed. Now you can just expect an order to be delivered from Amazon in a matter of hours to a day. It's the same thing that's happened in the taxi industry, where Uber came about, and now there's other platforms that have complemented that, like Lyft. They've taken the taxi industry and made it really viable in a handful of markets like New York and Las Vegas. It completely disrupted a 100-year-old industry. We used to go directly to hotels and book our hotels directly. Now you go to Airbnb, you go to hotwire.com, hotels.com, all the platforms that are changing travel as we know it. And it happened in entertainment. Blockbuster blew up and then imploded because they didn't evolve. Whereas Netflix and now many, many other platforms are really how you get your entertainment. And then lastly, it happened in real estate. And you can take the Prudentials and all of the other names and compare it to eXp Realty, became the fastest growing real estate company in the world and is a virtual platform for real estate people. And very, very similarly aligned with Powur. And that is exactly what Powur is doing for the solar industry. Exactly. And it's an amazing accomplishment in that if you look at it from the solar perspective, right? So take that platform type economy. We effectively look at this business model very different. Powur Platform connects all the players who are needed in the industry. And if you simply think about why, we start with the seller and the homeowner. And then we've created the platform model with complete transparency, unlike anything I've ever seen in the industry. What that means, sellers, is you get access to leading solutions of equipment, the best financing solutions, and you can leverage our continuously improving buying power. The bigger we get, the better our buying power gets. And what it means for homeowners is they get a fully customized solution for less than the competition. You control the pricing. And then we have labor partners, product partners. We have just incredible solutions. So we partner locally with labor partners who are driving the local economies through our platform. That is how we are disrupting an industry unlike any other company ever had. And then you also have access to an ambassador referral program. I'll share a little bit more of that in just a moment. Incredible opportunity for you to get customers and build your base of customers going forward. All right, so that's the industry, that's who we are, but what about you? And you might be looking at this saying, well, I don't know anything about solar. You know, how can I be successful here? Well, this was a survey that was done of about 6,000 sellers that we have. So no matter where you're coming from, we surveyed these people, and 52% had no solar experience. 20% had no sales experience. We have thousands of people like that who are succeeding on the platform. And this insight survey really showed us that no matter where you're from, no matter what you do, regardless of your background, we have the tools, we have the programs, we have the training, we have everything that you need to succeed in this platform. So now what I'd like to do is launch a video to share successes of a couple of our amazing sellers and their journey with Powur. Stand by.
I just had my biggest winter in solar that I've had in 7 years. And coming from solar, having a big winter, that says a lot. My fiance quit his job last year, and now we both work from home with Powur. We're able to spend so much more time with our 3 children, and we're able to go on more vacations. I just bought myself a Tesla, and we also just entered escrow for a new home. I really feel like I'm living the dream life.
In just a few months working for Powur, I've discovered the real meaning of freedom, especially time freedom. I get to work my own hours, get to go to the gym whenever I want, and I get to spend time with my friends and family without having to take time off. I'm literally my own boss. On top of it, I've made more than ever before in my sales career.
Cada individuo que entra en Powur es como si fuera el propio dueño de su compañía solar. porque Powur está enfocado en que cada uno de ustedes puedan lograr sus metas y sus sueños, pero a la misma vez que ayudamos a la adopción de la energía renovable al planeta. Me enamoré de ese trabajo porque ese trabajo me daba la libertad que no tenía en otros trabajos anteriores.
Other companies that I worked for had a terrible culture. I used to spend hours on the road driving from appointment to appointment for leads that just weren't that good. I was exhausted, I was overworked, money was tight, and I had to sell so many deals just to make a decent income. And there was time where I didn't know how I was going to pay the groceries.
Working for a boss in a big company was all I knew. At Verizon, I used to work 60 to 70-hour weeks with zero compensation for overtime. I'd wake up, go to work, come home, sleep, and start all over again. I had to request days off, and I missed a lot of Christmas dinners with my family.
Nací en Puerto Rico, en el 2009 vine a los Estados Unidos por primera vez. Mi primer trabajo fue en un hotel, haciendo housekeeping, con el que limpia los cuartos. En Texas comencé a trabajar con Target y H-E-B. Después conocí Coca-Cola. Cuando me hablaron de la energía solar en el 2018, busqué en Google acerca de los paneles solares. Él me introduce con Edgardo González y Edgardo me dice el plan y la estrategia que tenía para hacer crecer esto, y yo dije, yo quiero ser parte de eso.
My friend Jonathan Brunasso, who I had worked with in several of my past solar companies, told me about Powur and how I can generate my own leads and offer customers so much more than the other companies. It just felt different, and the culture was completely different from anything that I had experienced. We just got back from Mexico, where Powur partnered with Prosperity Homes, and they took us on an all-expenses paid trip. This is what I mean by the culture at Powur. No other company has ever done anything like that for me.
I won't lie, I was very skeptical in the beginning. Having spent my whole career as a W-2 employee, moving from guaranteed paychecks to 1099 was very, very scary for me. It was Jonathan, along with other great mentors, who convinced me that I should switch to essentially becoming an entrepreneur with Powur. When I started out in October 2021, I got help from a tier 3 sales partner to close my first few deals. Since then, I've closed 19 contracts in just a few months, and I've earned more than I ever have before.
I was blown away by how easy it is to enter a lead, and there's so much control that we have for customizing proposals for a homeowner. You can choose the type of equipment you want to offer them. You can choose the type of financing from so many options. And if you know they're getting a roof or an electrical panel, you can put that in right away. And there's so much control that we have to better serve homeowners.
You get the freedom of time and being your own boss, but you also become an expert in your field. The certification courses teach you everything you need to know, and if you ever have a question or need advice, you can dig into the knowledge base or even reach out to the thriving community of Powur sellers. I get to stick to what I do best, which is selling, and leaving the rest and brand messaging to Powur. It really is the best of both worlds.
Powur me dio la oportunidad de que sin dejar el trabajo que yo tenía, podía hacerlo part-time, y con el tiempo, ese part-time podía darme esos ingresos que yo necesitaba para comprar mi casa, siempre y cuando yo cumpliera mis metas. Esa es la libertad que te ofrece Powur. Si tú tienes la oportunidad de alcanzar cada uno de tus sueños con algo que está ayudando a miles de personas a ahorrar dinero, ¿por qué decir que no?
I couldn't have imagined that I would be living the life I am now just 2 years into joining Powur, and I can't wait to see what we do next. My name is Cynthia Alvidrez, and I'm living a Powured life.
My name is Jeff Hugh, and I'm living a Powured life.
Mi nombre es William Contreras y este es mi Powur Life.
And those are just a few examples of the hundreds and hundreds of successful Powur entrepreneurs who have had great transitions like that, evolutions in their career. Wonderful Cynthia, Jeff, William, all dear friends of Powur, but there's so many more behind that. So the opportunity for you is you have access to everything you see on the screen here, the marketing assets, virtual proposals. I'm going to show you a little clip on those in a moment. An online back office, all the homeowner presentations that you need, training unlike any company in this industry. And one of the most exciting things that we have recently put in place are affordable healthcare options. One of the reasons so many people stay in a job, a job, is because they need healthcare. I'm blown away at the quality of healthcare coverage that's available to us as independent contractors. And that is not something that is common in this industry. It's the first time, having been an independent contractor for 30 years, that I've had access to healthcare through a company. I've had to get them on my own at $2,000, $3,000 a month. That being said, let me walk you through some of the amazing tools that you have. So first of all, we have everything you need. I mentioned the marketing, things you're going to have to do to generate leads, right? We need to create proposals so that you can present those proposals to homeowners. And then you need the fulfillment and installation. Here are some of the tools that you have. Now, these are going to move fast, but I'm going to walk you through them. All of these images, they're social media graphics that you can share, that you're able to put them and they drive to the different landing pages. So you have your personal landing pages where you can drive people to, collect their contact information, generate your leads for solar, using those graphics, generate people who might be interested in actually working the business with you. All of these helpful videos and brochures, modifiable, editable flyers that you can do and docs that you can do. Amazing tools that you can leverage that are all built for you. We don't want you to have to become a marketing person. We want you to be selling solar. Then you can target markets. You can take the brochures, you can edit them with your information, and then do a mail drop into a respective area. And the pricing is all available. The design tools that we have are best in the industry as that's available today. And you can control the size of the system. You can remove panels. You can set it where the homeowner needs their desired offset. You can show them the value that they'll see in the benefits of the rising cost of energy versus their locked-in price that they have now. You can show them the different incentives that are available to them, whether that be federal. You have access to an amazing training platform that is hands down the best that I've ever seen in the solar industry. And it was written, collaborated by so many people, including someone who wrote the book on how to sell solar. Everything that you need to know about assets, everything you need to know about objections. You get all these experts who will walk you through things. You have a knowledge base. You can go and tap in a keyword. Let's say type in our warranty and it pulls up all the training and all the files that are associated with that. You want to learn about a market, you go to the spotlight page for that respective market, shows you the coverage, it shows you the utilities that are available, shows you the pricing in that market. Anything about the market that you need to know is there. And then special training from each of our marketing partners, our technology partners. Then our virtual site survey, which is something that is changing the game, speeds up payments installation, speeds up time to install. All you have to do is train yourself, or you can train your homeowner to do the same thing. Then you have a dashboard that can show you everything that you're doing in your business and that your team is doing, shows you where you're ranking, shows you what your earnings are. It walks you through any tickets that you might have. So if you have questions, if there's something going on in your project, you can see everything through that, through your back office. Then you have the ambassador portal. The ambassador portal is something that you can enroll every homeowner or anyone that touches a home. You can enroll them into the platform at no cost. And for everyone that they refer to you through the platform, they earn $1,000. That is a business in a box. That puts you in the business of having your own solar sales and marketing organization. Now, that gives you at least an idea how you can run your business. Let's talk about how you actually earn money in the Powur Platform. So in the Powur Platform, it's SaaS, a SaaS as a software as a service model. It's completely different from any other solar company in the industry. Powur keeps only 15% of the net margin, 15%. And they're profitable. And there's companies out there that are paying their people a lot less and are bleeding financially. Powur is profitable, the only profitable scaling solar company in the United States of America. And then on your personal sales, you earn 70%. You'll work with a partner on your first few sales, and that's what we call partner sales, where you split 50-50 that commission. So in your personal sale, once you make your personal sales, there's $7,000 on average, and you split that with a partner while you're learning. You're earning while you're learning. We call that our tier 3 seller program. Then you have access to revenue share. I mean, lucrative share that pays you anywhere from $100 to $600 on every deal in your team, wherever they are within your lineage. And an exciting new announcement that just came out last week, finance rebates. I've been in the industry almost 12 years. I've never seen a company, when they get rebates from a lender, ever share that with their people. With that adds another $600 to $800 to your commissions on those projects. And stock options. Powur is committed to the growth, and they want us entrepreneurs. They're the key. We're the key to the community. So we get the benefit of having stock options that when Powur does go public, then you're going to be able to exercise at the highly discounted rates. That, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, to start a business that had all those benefits, you could be literally looking at tens of thousands of dollars. And I know because I've been there and done that. But in this case, we all start at tier 1. Simple. Once you've complete the interactive and helpful certification course, you get started. So everyone's a tier 1 seller, and you're earning while you're learning. If you're a solar pro, you work with one contract. You get one contract with a trainer and a tier 3 selling partner. If you're new to solar, we recommend 3. Many people do even more than 3. And you're earning 50% of the commission. So you're earning while you're learning. And then we transition to tier 2 seller after you've achieved those minimum numbers. This is where you can create your own deals, close your own deals, and earn on average $7,000 per home. And during this time, you're eligible, whatever tier you're in, you're eligible to refer others and earn rev share. You're eligible for stock options. You're eligible for medical benefits. All of the benefits that everybody receives is eligible at any stage in the platform. And then optionally, if you're interested, you can become a tier 3 seller where you help others, help them earn while they learn, and you do commission splits with them. I think it's the best lead generation platform in the industry for sure, because we got 700, 800, 900 people joining every single month who are looking for people to support them, looking for someone to help them close their deals. And that could be you if you desire. That's another pathway of income. And then the training that we have. We start everybody at tier 1, but we want everyone to have the ability to achieve tier 3. And the training is second to none, from a state-of-the-art training center that really looks like a media production company rather than a solar company, to a searchable knowledge base that you can put in broad terms. You'll get everything that you need that comes to your top of your funnel, and to the best of the best tiered programs so you can earn while you learn. You get to do everything that you need to learn how to become a tier 3 seller and have just truly life-changing opportunities. Okay, so now let's take a look at where this has all come from. And this is amazing. Just take a look at the graphic first and see that where we started as a humble lead generation company back here, $250,000, to this year forecasted at over $300 million. And the pace that we're growing, some of our new programs like our enterprise program and things that we're doing could vastly improve that. But look at this. Here's what's happened. So started in 2014. In 2020, we introduced this disruptive model called COGS. And look at what happened to our growth. Then we hit a crowd fund, which was record breaking. Powur allowed all of us to become more owners in the company by participating in a crowdfund that was reinvested into infrastructure. And then 2022, the virtual site survey that has changed the game for us, sped up installation, sped up payments, the enterprise program for businesses as opposed to just individual sellers, and now Powur Site, which is another industry shifting type of technology. That's how Powur has scaled and made such change and such growth in our rankings on the Inc. 5000s, et cetera. All right, so now you've heard about the industry. You've heard about, I'm gonna put my camera back on at this point. You've heard about all of the benefits that we have in the products, the flexible solutions that we have. Heard about the lucrative model that offers the highest earning rate in the industry, bar none. You get to see that the company is rapidly growing a sustainable business model. Even through the pandemic, we accelerated growth by over 1,000%, and others did not. And the technology that you can leverage and be able to take economy of scale. When I started my company, to do just the technology cost me hundreds and hundreds of dollars per month. And then I had to license every single one of my salespeople. All of that is available to you within the platform. But what you haven't heard about is our team, our culture of the company. And that's the last video I'm going to share. Then I come back and recap and turn the floor back over to Mr. Smith. So let's take a look at this video, and then I'll come back. Stand by.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Budd. I'm the CEO and founder of Powur. And if you made it this far, you've probably heard incredible reasons to join our company already. But you know, I want to take a minute to share with you where this company really came from. 12 years ago, 2010, I was making lots of money. I had a successful digital publishing company, but something was missing. And I really wanted the work that I actually do every day to be making a difference, to be helping to solve some of the challenges going on our planet. I got a call one day from my friend Jim Bunch, and he said, "Hey man, I'm going on this trip with this organization, the Pachamama Alliance, and I think you should come. Can you come to the Amazon rainforest?" For some strange reason, I said yes. So I went down to the Amazon rainforest with the Pachamama Alliance, spending time with this culture that has no concept of trash, that has lived for thousands of years in that forest. And down there, in the middle of a ceremony with one of the elder shamans of this tribe, the vision for Powur came to me. What I knew in that moment was that I was meant to come back and start an organization, the first of its kind, that was going to figure out how to enable anyone to earn their livelihood and participate in the clean energy or solar revolution. And it took me almost 10 years to really figure out what it was, following the clues and the science that has ultimately led to where we are today, which is this absolutely disruptive platform for the solar energy industry. Powur is truly here to make the biggest difference we possibly can, aiding our world in becoming sustainable, getting as much carbon out of the atmosphere as possible, and delivering the next generation of infrastructure that society is going to be built on. Now, on top of that, our purpose is to reward financially the people who make that happen more than they ever have been in their lives before. We have this fundamental belief that if you get paid really well to do good, then you're going to do more good. The vision for Powur is to build the largest clean energy platform on planet Earth. And I think the potential for Powur is to truly be a global distributed energy utility that is delivering essential services that we all need for survival at breakthrough costs. This is not just solar power. This is solar power plus storage so that we can become our own utility and we're truly grid independent. This is transportation, whether that's electric vehicles or other forms of transportation that are coming. This is, of course, our appliances and the electrification of the home. This is how we grow food, how we source water. All of these are going to be challenges in the future, and technologies are enabling a new type of way to meet these needs. So this is an incredibly exciting time. And the platform is just in its infancy. And we're now getting to the point where we're able to add so many different types of installers, whether it's HVAC contractors, roofers, solar installers, all of the infrastructure that we need to live in a sustainable world, save money, and lower our carbon footprint. This platform is going to be able to sell and fulfill. I truly think this represents a multi-trillion-dollar industry, and there is no other company, not one, that is close to where we are today in giving you the opportunity to participate. Powur is owned truly by the people. We have now done 2 record-breaking crowdfunding rounds in which we let every single person in our ecosystem become equity owners of the company. In addition, we offer stock options to every single person who joins the company if they hit certain performance criteria. And we want it that way because truly our purpose here is to shift as much wealth to the people who are building the clean energy economy as we possibly can. This is truly the time to leave your mark. This is the time to go big, to make your dreams come true, to build that career, that lifestyle, that best life that you've envisioned for yourself, making a difference, doing it with people you love, and creating the financial prosperity that you know is possible for you. So, it's been my honor to meet you and share with you a little about the vision, origin, and purpose of Powur. Now it's your turn to join this amazing company, and let's go out there and accelerate the adoption of sustainable energy together.
Probably pretty easy for you to see why we love Jonathan, his passion, just a masterful mind, a masterful entrepreneur who has created this truly robust industry-changing platform. And you can see the passion. Now, Jonathan mentioned something. I'm gonna go to the next slide in a moment to share something about how we're using our good, but we just hit $1 billion of reduced carbon into the atmosphere this past week. 1 billion pounds have been reduced because of Powur's platform. And now we know that the next is going to be 10 billion and 100 billion. There's just no stopping. Thanks to his amazing leadership and to all of us who have leveraged this platform. It's truly remarkable what's been done. All right, let's take a look at a couple more slides and then we're ready to turn it back over to Mr. Smith. I mentioned about the certified B Corp. This is really where very few companies balance purpose with profitability. And that's what Powur does. So not only is Powur a certified B Corp, they're a public benefit corporation. There's only 2,000 companies who can make that kind of commitment. And not to mention what they're doing with Pachamama Alliance and all the things that we're doing. It's more than profits. We're using our skill, we're using our success for a purpose, for good. And then just a little glimpse into what customers say. You know, you can take my word for it, but here's some great reviews. We're proud to have the accolades of a 5-star rating on Yelp, an A+ rating on BB&B, a high NPS scores from our customers. They mean we're making a difference in people's life. And it's really, to me, the highest compliment is we receive this from our customers, because, you know, customers aren't always going someplace to compliment. They like to go to complain. But when we see those types of things, that to me is super exciting. All right, so enough of this. Let's get back to where it all started. This is a massive opportunity. 87 million eligible homes. A home going solar every 60 seconds. What part of this do you want? What part of this will you be? How big can your impact be? You could really find a whole shift for yourself and your family, a shift that could mean, like I found in many others, time freedom, location freedom, inner freedom, financial freedom, a shift that could literally change your life, like it did Cynthia, Jeff's, and William's life. That's your decision. So with that, I'll wrap up and say, how do you get started? It's a Powur platform, and the onboarding fee is $99 one time. We all pay $85 per month for the technology, which gives you access to credits towards proposals so that you don't have to pay for proposals like a lot of companies do. And that gets reinvested into the platform. It also gives you everything you see, robust, you saw some of the images, robust fulfillment software, the cost of goods model that, again, when I owned my company, I had to go buy and have my own line of credit. You don't have to have a line of credit. Your line of credit is through Powur. Diverse access to the best lending and equipment solutions in the industry. And I believe truly the best tools and training that you're going to need to help your business grow and to take you to another level in your life. So with that, we're going to wrap up with some Q&A, but if you're listening to the recorded version of this, and to those who are here live, get back with whoever sent you here, get your final questions answered, and jump on this train. This has been an amazing journey and become a Powur solar warrior.